Hi tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter and this is Tennis Now presented by Tennis Express. Tennis Express, ordered today and it ships today. COVID-19 has affected the world number one. Novak Djokovic announced that he and his wife Elena both have tested positive for corona and now they are self-isolating for 14 days. Their children, though, have tested negative for the virus so far. In a statement, Novak said he is extremely sorry for each individual case of infection and hopes that his situation will not complicate anyone else's health. Nole is now one of the world's highest profile sports stars to test positive, joining Grigor Dimitrov, Borna Coric, and Viktor Troicki, who have all tested positive after playing Djokovic's Adria Tour. This could be a bombshell that affects other tournaments. However, the Adria Tour allowed a packed house of fans and was pretty lax about social distancing, and actually did catch some criticism for not following safety protocols. This after Novak Djokovic himself has slammed proposed U.S. Open safety protocols as extreme. And speaking of the U.S. Open, you got to wonder now if Djokovic, Coric, and Dimitrov will actually play the Open, which is set to start on August 31st. U.S. Open, of course, is not allowing any fans, and there are a lot of other very strict measures in place. But then what about the event set for Washington, D.C. on August 14th? Will plans change there? We'll have to stay on top of that. Criticism, meantime, of the Adria Tour spiked after people saw some video of several players, including Novak, Alexander Zverev, and Grigor Dimitrov, dancing shirtless in a Serbian nightclub. The players were not social distancing, they weren't wearing masks, and they were partying at a club in Belgrade, which was the first stop on the Adria Tour. Nick Kyrgios ripped what he called a, quote, bonehead decision to play in the event. He says, speedy recovery, fellas, but that's what happens when you disregard all protocols. This is not a joke. American Mitchell Krueger sarcastically called out the ATP Player Council president Nole for his stellar leadership on Twitter, adding, it's only inevitable that all these bonehead decisions are possibly putting the U.S. Open at risk. Nobody is bigger than the sport. Former world number one Andy Murray says the Adria Tour wasn't a good look for the game. He says great athletes should be the first to take the protocols seriously, starting with social distancing. Djokovic, meantime, defended the intent behind the charity exhibition, saying it was designed to help support players monetarily and fans. He says everything they did in the past month was done with a pure heart and sincere intentions. He said it was meant to unite and share a message of solidarity and compassion throughout the region. So, why were Novak and other players permitted to cross borders from Serbia to Croatia to play that event without apparently getting tested first? An Adria Tour statement says that Novak had no symptoms, nor did anybody else around him, including his staff, so he didn't get tested before he traveled. Some questioned why Novak didn't insist on implementing safety protocols that other sports leagues are applying. And others wonder if he perhaps just thought he was immune to the virus. Novak countered that different parts of the world are in different stages of recovery from the virus and pointed out that the Balkan area where the tour was played has not experienced the same degree of the virus as the U.S. has. We taped today's news just a few hours after Novak's announcement, so we're going to keep following the story as things continue to change. That's it for this time, everybody. I'm Grace Carter. We'll see you next time here on Tennis Now.